members as well. And that's about it for me. I'll move along in the agenda. So we'll go roundtable introductions. We'll start with Renner College.
Hi, good morning, everyone. My name is Georgette Rochon. I'm with the Indigenous Strategy Research and Business Development portfolio at the college. So we've done a lot of work with Cindy and working programming in the community, and we do this with a lot of other communities within Manitoba. And then we started to even go into the Northern Territories as well. So being able to be here with you is a great privilege and really happy to be here.
Hi everyone, my name is Nupam Roma. I'm a project coordinator at the same department of Indigenous Strategy Research and Business Development. I was fortunate to be part of the previous offerings that we did with Cindy, and I'm very happy to be here again to share Asper's information and provide any support that's needed. I'm very happy to be here and nice to see you.
Me? Is that you? You could just say your name, where you're from. You don't have to do a story.
Camden McDavid from Pine Creek. Vincent Chardin from Pine Creek. Brandon Simpson from Pine Creek. Jace Daly from Pine Creek. Morris Valley from Pine Creek.
Line Pine Creek.
What would you not from Pine Creek?
Yeah. So welcome everyone, and so now we'll go on to the presentation from the river.
Great. And one more person to introduce himself. He's been sitting here patiently waiting. Lee, I'll let you kind of take over, and I'm going to share a PowerPoint presentation as you do your little intro.
Okay, sounds good. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for allowing me to speak here. My name is Lee. I'm the chair for the Electrical Trades program here at River College at the Notre Dame campus. And I'm happy to be able to partner up here and talk about the program a little bit. It's essentially a pre-employment program, which essentially goes over the course of 5 months. And with that, you can essentially get your applications for your right employment. And throughout the program, what this program looks like is we basically go through kind of teaching you some code aspects of it. So basically, some person where you get to learn some of the theory and everything that you need to know before, and as well being able to apply that with the shop component. So it's credited by Apprenticeship Manitoba as well. So with that, you're also after with your accreditation, you get to receive up to 900 hours of your technical training. So every year, as was mentioned earlier, it's 1,800 hours, and 900 hours of that's provided through the program.
Sorry, can you see the presentation?
Pardon me?
Can you see the presentation?
I can.
Okay, that's good.
With that potential career paths, essentially become an electrical apprentice. So there's a bunch of different streams that you can go into. Construction electrician, which is what you see with residential and for most companies service and whatnot. Maintenance, which you can be working for specific buildings or government buildings, for example, and where you just maintain buildings within that. Industrial electrician, which we're looking at essentially like for hydro as an example. For Manitoba Hydro, or you can also work at distributors as a salesperson, electrical, and lighting, or a technician. So there's multiple different streams that you can go into and career opportunities depending on what it is that you enjoy doing. So with that, to get your eligibility, so there's a minimum for you to get your accreditation. You need a minimum of a GPA of 70% or greater to successfully complete all the courses. So with that, as long as you get 70 or a GPA of 3.0 across the board, that would give you that accreditation for level 1. And with that, once you get to your accreditation, you just need to work with a company where they can take you under the wing and essentially enter you as an apprentice for you to continue your apprenticeship. So the way that that works out is you do, so you work for a company, you already have your accredited 900 hours, but there's a 1 year, I guess, period. Every year you need to do 1,800 hours worth of work, and then you come back to school for, after that again for level 2, 3, and 4, and those were 10 weeks at a time. And with that, through that process until, and each time that you go in, for example, you start off at a level 1 rate, and then once you get your level 2, you get a raise, which is essentially level 1 is 40% of journey person rate. Level 2 is 50%. Level 3 is 70%. Level 4 is 80%. And I believe right now, journey person wage is currently set at 43, a little bit higher than $43 an hour. So there's great opportunity to have a really good career. Very lucrative too. There's so many different options that you can go through.
Before we continue on, just have questions about the stuff you just spoke about. So going back to like what's required, like requirements for getting the level 1 accreditation. Any questions about like the type of coursework or things like that? Okay.
What about hours?
Oh yeah, the hours. Oh yeah, and you ran through that quickly. So what is it for people that have? You need to do half, right? After this program.
So yeah, so the 1,800 hours of technical training. This program get your rates and moving over to the next level. And with this, just with this program too, is that sets you up and really gets you ready to be, when you go into the workforce and working for a company, it helps you get a job just because of the fact that you have that experience and knowledge, because you're being accredited for that level 1. And so yeah, so basically for the hours, so you're accredited for 900, which is half of the 1,800 that you need each year.
Perfect. And then what we do at the end of the program, when we have our pre-employment programs, is towards the end, we'll bring somebody from apprenticeship in, probably virtually like this, and they'll speak with you about what you need to do to set up yourself as a member, or not a member, but as an apprentice, so that you can start applying for jobs and that type of thing too. As well, I don't know if you can speak to unions at all.
I mean, there's a range. Within the trade, you have unionized companies just as you have non-union. It really depends on the company that you're looking to do. I would say most of the larger, like industrial or large commercial, typically tend to be unionized outfits. So there are opportunities there. As for what they bring and offer, it's essentially it's just it's kind of, they have a pool of members which get sent out to different jobs and whatnot. So it varies, and then also you also have some larger outfits which are non-unionized, or some of the smaller outfits as well. So we can be doing service, construction, renovations, and so forth. So you have there are definitely options out there, and also just to speak a little bit about just about the trades in general and what the state of what the outlook is right now. There isn't really a large need for the trades, just with the fact that there's a lot of people that are set to retire. The average age and all that is quite high. It's in the high 50s and early 40s, 40s to 50s and whatnot. So there's that transitioning happening right now. That there's essentially moving away from the trades, and that creates a lot of opportunity. So a lot of project and there's a lot of work. Even if you look at for example, as an electrician, literally every building that we are in has electricity, right? So with that, you're keeping in mind there's a lot of job security there, and essentially, if as long as there's a willingness to work and to get out there, there's work. So there's definitely a lot of opportunity. I mean, I'll speak for myself. getting into the trades was one of the best decisions I've ever made. I basically went through my apprenticeship. I started my company, did that for a while, ended up coming into to the college, start teaching, and now essentially managing the department. So, but again, even within that, you can go into master degree, get some experience. So you can either come to teach as well, or you can do you become leader as you grow within that. Those leadership opportunities to become like a foreman or an estimators, and there's different opportunities that way. So definitely a place that you can open some doors, and not only that, helps you to be able to even take care of some things in your house, right? Some of the places where you're at.
Do you have advice for them in terms of types of places they should try to look at for when they are trying to complete their level 1 hours? Like, should they do hand work? Should they be trying to look for, like, how should they be splitting up the type of work that they're doing over their levels so that they can be well prepared each time they go to school, and then well prepared for their career down the road?
That's a great question. When it comes to that, I mean, here's the thing, that the trade's so vast, you can specialize in multiple different areas. So what I would suggest, and essentially what I did in my own career as well, is just first off, find a place where just find your first job. It doesn't really matter which one it is, it'll be experience. So with that, if you already have an idea of what you want to do within the trade, if you want it to be industrial, commercial, residential, maybe then aim for something like that. But at first, I think it's important to just keep it open mind to go in and to try. Because you don't know until you're actually in the field. Obviously, through the program, you'll learn, and you'll get a better idea of what it is that you'd like to work on. But with that, I think it's like the real importance of getting out there and getting that opportunity to really get that experience. So with that, also when throughout that, let's just say if you're working for a residential company and there's an opportunity to go work for a commercial company as for a level 2, use that opportunity. Unless you're also, there's some companies that might provide you with some of the smaller outfits will give you a wider range, depending on what it is the projects that they work for. But I would say it's mainly to keep an open mind, and as you go through, if you feel like you're being, I guess, pigeonholed into one specific thing, speak with your supervisor. Hey, I feel like I've noticed that I've been doing this a lot. Is there a way to for me to get experience use of the things that we're speaking with a different crew, start like that internally, but then because the ownership is sometimes a little bit on you to take that and move that forward. But I think for me, the most important out of all of that is just having a really good attitude and being, when you show up for work, you're ready to work. You're ready to take direction. You're there to ask questions. And really take, this is what you're doing this is part of your career, right? This is what you're going to be doing for a living. So it's really good to apply yourself. And with that too is as you're going through school, you're also making 15 other contacts as you're going through each one of the levels. So it's all about building those relationships, and it's really about kind of moving forward, gaining that experience, and so it's really, I think, the most important attitude being, coming into school or into work as well, being ready to work, take that direction, it's making it essentially. The best way to put this is that you're going to get out of this whatever you put into it, and the more that you put into it, I'd compare with that. That will open up doors for you, and again, it really depends on what it is that you feel, that what speaks to you. Like for myself, I did specialize in renovations, and so I did the industrial work, I did commercial, residential. I ended up, I just liked the renovations because it was just a niche that I enjoyed working on. It was something that that spoke to me. So. Keep an open mind and try and get to know as well you can.
Does anyone else have questions right now? Could you talk about any typical challenges students face in the first year program, and specifically this pre-employment program?
I would say, some of it is, I would say trust the process. More importantly, just because it is going to be new concepts that you haven't necessarily looked at or thought of before. The code book can be a little bit of a challenge because it is written by lawyers, and I mean we're not lawyers, right? So it's basically like learning how to use the code book, and it's not about memorization, it's learning about how to use it. So it's really trusting the process with the work that, you know, as an example, the homework and some of the things that we do in the exercises and the assignments, all of that was put in place to essentially get you ready. All of this is to get you ready for that, your IP, which is the exam that you write at the end of level 4, so you can get your journey person's license, right? To get your red seal. So all of these things are building blocks and we try to build that foundation. So some of the challenges would be, it's just a matter of at first these are going to be different concepts, and you know there's some math and there's some things. However, if you if you kind of follow that process of the things that we get you to work on and the direction that we give you, apply that to the best of your ability, I would say that's kind of maybe some of the challenges, but that would be probably the most important thing.
Thank you. Okay. Think about stuff. If you have more questions, we'll keep Lee here for a bit, and I'm just going to continue on with the presentation because getting to see where you're going to be learning. I'm sorry, you're supposed to be doing this. I was going to give him the turn. I was going to give him the chance to speak this time. I like to talk things. So Cindy did mention our mobile training lab. So they are 250-foot centers that are set up and they're connected. We will be setting it up here in the parking lot. Not 100% finalized with what it will look like, but this is what they look like. And so one is our supply trailer. So that's where the students and the instructor will work together to make sure we move stuff around and bring stuff in when you need it for the lab components, the practical pieces. And then we have the other one, which is a classroom/lab. So it could be set up similar to this, but then it also could be torn down and each student could have a workstation set up in there. It is set up for about 12. That's usually what we do it for. We can do some more, just depending on how it works out with how the instructor likes to set up the room. In this trailer, so this picture here, so this gives you a bit of an idea. It's small right now, but you'll be able to see it, what it kind of looks like, how it's set up. Currently, right now, it's actually set up to teach a health carry program, but we traditionally always teach trades out of it. We've done welding, small engine repair, plumbing, carpentry, pipe fitting. We've done a lot in there, and then of course electrical. We're currently running a program with another trailer that the college has out at Pickwest, and they're doing electrical there right now too. So it's a great setup in that sense because you don't have to go to a big campus in a different location where the rooms are all fully set up for you. It is not going to necessarily be as safe as it might to actually campuses for your second, third, and fourth level, but it gives you what you need so you can get started here at home. So these are just a couple pictures of what's actually set up in Pickwest right now. So just I forget what they're called. What are the small boxes? Small boxes. So just some.
Why you're calling the sticks? Sorry, I want you there. The sticks.
Yeah. Yeah, so we'll get stuff set up like that for you so you can practice doing wiring, and then we actually set up we'll get somebody to set up full wall frames as well, so you can actually start to run wire in there and get that practice so that the first time you're out in the job site, it wouldn't be brand new. You have a bit of an idea of what it looks like. Granted, this is very different than an actual job site because it's a classroom environment, but it gives you that little bit. We'll try to incorporate as much as we can with this. So one of the things that Cindy and Taz mentioned is that we're kind of delivering this more in a hybrid model to accommodate the students that don't live right here in the community. We want to be able to create that opportunity for students to be able to take as much as they can hybrid online. So for those of you that are here, you'll need a trailer, you'll do your class, and then we'll have something similar set up so that people at home could be able to be part of that class as well. We do have 3 courses that are also taught virtually by instructors who will be based at one of our different campuses. So a math and science course, which is had several things, math and science in post-secondary, but we do have an instructor for that, as well as a communications instructor. So there are people who will also be teaching this way too. Here, admission requirements. So this is on the handout you have. So we do need, if you're coming straight out of high school, you'd be looking at grade 12 with grade 12 English. We're looking for options for math. So if you could be looking at grade 11 pre-calculus or applied, or if you don't have those, grade 12 consumer or essential, and then grade 10 science would be what we'd be looking at. But for most of you, I would, I think I could say to assume you'd be looking more at the mature student part. So you're looking at 19 years or older, but then we still need these courses is what we're looking at. You notice science is a grade 10 science. We're not asking for anything higher than that. Electrical work is very science and math heavy, so it's very key to have this kind of stuff. Now, that doesn't mean when you get, it doesn't mean that you have to have like an A+ in it from high school. You just have to have it, right? So those kinds of things, there's going to be a lot of support to help you with that type of stuff. Christy and I chatted this morning about accessing your transcripts, so that's, if you have questions about that, speak to her, because they will be handling the admissions process for the students. So would it be coming through us, it would be through the Learning Hub. There is an English language requirement, but assuming most, if not all of you did complete your Learning in Canada, this would be an obsolete point, so just have it there just in case. And then I'm going to let Nicola talk about programs.
Yes. So for the program support, we are intending to have an educational assistant in the community who will be present in person here to support instructors as well as you, either be an assignment or just help needed for getting an access to the information that we have on our learning system. There are other support that are available through the institution, either be academic support through library services, counseling services, accessibility services, and student wellness. These can be very well delivered virtually, where you would just submit a request to connect with someone, and then they will fix a time onto a call for you. If you have any issues connecting any of these services, either EA or myself or Georgette will be more than happy to connect you with the right person.
That's the last one. Yeah, that's the last one. Yeah. So one of the cool things about all these stuff is, like Nicola said, it's all available. So I'm just going to go back. It is all available virtually. There is a lot that you have access to. The one that I would highly recommend for you, because of how math and science heavy the program can be, is the academic supports through the library services. And so you don't even have to wait for the EA or come to us. It's something you would just get access to. You can go online and connect with somebody. They would be able to do any tutoring services right online with you as well. And then it's also discreet. It's not something that you're having to ask somebody in front of everybody else, right? The other one I think that's fun, just because I think it's fun, is the student wellness. So you would get access to any of the online services. Now, if you were in the city, let us know. We would get you connected so you can get a student card, and then you could get access to like the gyms at the school. But since you'd be home or here or in wherever you live, you would also get access to some of the online stuff. So they sometimes have like online, like every Friday, there's a virtual yoga class you could take, which, by the way, my husband's an electrician. Being able to be agile is very important. So that physical wellness is actually a big key piece. So, you know, maybe you want to do that during your lunch hour on Friday, or they'll have some fitness classes and whatnot that are available online too. So that those are some other resources that are available to you. Yeah.
As Georgette already mentioned, some of these services are very discreet. I have supported students with academic support, where we had tutors just come in, have a session open, and whosoever needs help, they just log into that link, ask their questions, get assistance done. It's a great piece. Students often take everything on themselves that I need to know, I need to figure out how to do it. There is support available through your program and through the college for your success. So as the word says itself, academic support is for actually academic success. That's
Yeah. We are also here for you, right? So this is what I love about working with the community here is you have Christy, you have Taz, you have us, you have your elder supports.
you have all the access to all these kinds of things at the college as well. And it's just, let's try to get you as supported as possible so you can get through and start your careers. We're here for you. On the information sheet you have, I realize I just looked at it. My email's wrong on there, but my cell number is correct. So feel free to text me anytime. I'm on WhatsApp as well. If you have any specific questions about the program. We do have till the 10th for applications though. So you want to get those in sooner than later because there are only limited spots. Anything else you want us to talk about? I feel like we covered a lot.
Well, one of the things that I had asked with River last time is that can we accommodate somehow for you to gain your hours right here in the community? So we have to figure that out yet. We're gonna strategize with Red River and possibly Maurice first. I know there's a couple housing projects coming up, so definitely you have to be the area to gain some of your hours.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I guess that's always going to be the trickiest part. And I think Lee, you would probably agree with that. Getting hours and finding work, especially rurally, can be a challenge. But there are opportunities around. And I'm sure, Maurice, you probably even know of some jobs and organizations that are picking up level 1 apprentices. It doesn't mean all 12 are going to work at the same company because no company will do that. But you might find one that it might pick up 1 or 2 of you. There might be some projects, I believe, that chief and council are working on, right? In some of the bigger areas. There's camp work is a great way to get tons of hours all at once if you are able to leave to go do that. But yeah, I don't know, Lee, anything to add?
Yeah.
Or Tess, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's just, I think it's something, I mean, that is one of the challenges being in, being in a, like a northern community. But with that, I think if there's an openness to maybe relocate to do, like you were saying, some working at some of the camps, it is a great way to get the experience and the hours and all of that. So I think it'd be kind of ties back to where I was mentioning earlier, kind of keeping a bit of an open mind as to some of the opportunities that can show up and go from there. But I like to think if there's a will, there's a way. And it's just about, kind of having that mindset of putting yourself out there. So.
Sorry, Tess?
Can you talk about the attendance and if there's any requirements there throughout the term,
Yeah, so for us, when we do community-based projects, we follow the lead of the community and what you'd like for attendance. And typically for a program like this, though, because of how rigorous the work is and how fast it can move sometimes, it's vital to be there daily. With the ability of us being able to do the theory components hybrid, there would be some, opportunity where like your kid can't go into daycare, so you have to be at home and you're able to log in online to participate in class. That could work. We do recognize that there's many barriers that could happen to cause somebody not to come in, but the biggest piece we look at, and it's the same as like when you go to work, is you communicate, right? You let your boss know and why or what's happening. You come up with a plan. So that you can do that. I know on campus though, so this is a big piece. Once you do move forward into level 2 to 4, apprenticeship has a very strict attendance policy. Lee, could you speak to that?
Yeah, so with apprenticeship, the reason being too is that if you're going to be, when you're coming in for level 2, 3, and 4, is that you're actually being subsidized by the government. So essentially with that, you're getting paid EI while you're there. You're also getting heavily subsidized for them to pay for your program. So instead of usually the cost is around $3,000 to $4,000, the cost of the college is about $5,000 because the apprenticeship covers that. So with that, it's also seen as an extension of the workforce. So essentially what they have for when it comes to attendance is it's a 2-day maximum. There's basically you have 2 days that you can miss. Otherwise, if you miss more than 2 days, after the 2 days missed, you do get a letter basically stating that for your attendance, and that does get sent to your employer. And with that, it's because they see that as an extension of the workforce, but also 10 weeks is a short amount. It goes by really quickly and there's a lot of information to cover. So if you do miss extended periods, it makes it really challenging to be able to stay, keep up to date with everything that's going on and to be there. So, and that is just something that's mandated by apprenticeship. However, we understand, sometimes there's things that can happen in life and whatnot. And with that, we just say, communicate with us and we will work out to see if there's a way to figure out a plan. But yes, the attendance policy is strict when it comes to Apprenticeship Manitoba.
So then when you're doing the pre-employment, as Taz was mentioning, there is the attendance allowance.
Yeah.
And like your student allowance and whatnot, we do communicate with them. So whoever's instructing will be taking regular attendance, and that will be relayed back to Taz and that.
Yeah, no, the reason I wanted that expanded on this is because if you're not engaged in the course, there's potentially other people who would
Mhm.
want to have that opportunity, right? And this is a good opportunity, and it's just much better to be engaged, in the course, and we're trying to, these opportunities are great that we provide, but we're trying to get more graduates at them. We're trying to get more people to complete them, and we're trying to improve the success rate here, and being there every day is a huge part of that.
Absolutely. There will be schoolwork too, right? So the more you miss, the more time that might put you behind. So by being there, it'll allow you time to work with the instructors in class, work with your EA in class to get that kind of stuff done. Because we do everything hybrid and online, like all our theory courses are taught using an online learning system. The laptops stay, like we have laptops that will be provided with the trailer, but they stay in the trailer. Like you can't take them home with you to try to catch up. So it's very important to physically be there to be able to get access to that kind of stuff. And let's be honest, how many of you want to do homework, right? Like, I know I say I'm going to go home and do extra work when I go home, but then, Netflix is calling my name. So it's just easier to show up, be there, get it done, stay focused, right? Yeah. Any questions before we let Lee go? I know he's got a busy day, so thank you, Lee.
It's my pleasure.
It was answered? Okay, if anything comes up, please just let us know.
I'd like to now ask Boris Valley to kind of share his experience of becoming a journeyman electrician. Boris?
We're gonna let you go.
Okay, you can cut me off.
Thank you. Bye.
Thanks.
But I guess curiously, I actually started through pre-employment
Okay.
in law, and took a job with LP, and LP actually apprenticed me through that for industrial electrician. Every year I went to the law after my hours and wrote the gas that did that. So I received my journeyman ticket through them.
Yeah.
The apprentice.
Can I ask why you chose industrial versus construction?
Really? For a real answer. For honesty's sake, I didn't want like commercial is more strenuous, like
Yeah.
physical.
Yeah, yeah.
They're building a huge building, and they're pulling cable,
Mhm.
strut, whatever. So I went with, and I found industrial to be a lot more interesting.
Okay, there you go. Thank you very much. Okay, so
Maybe one more thing.
okay, yeah.
I know she mentioned that the math and science, that is like, but I just want to say, don't get scared by it.
Yeah, exactly. Don't be scared. Yeah.
I had to go through the same thing, and it worked out fine.
Okay, who loves math and science here? Lift up your hand.
I'll add to his point.
Okay.
I've done few offerings where we do have math, science, and comms as a component, and I can tell you it's not to be scared of.
No.
It's actually once you start getting involved and you see the tools and you see everything in front of you, it all makes sense. If you're engaged, you can definitely do it.
Yeah.
And if you need help, we're here. Everyone's here to get you to that success.
Brendan?
Would I contact with Red River or transfer? Because I did a course with you guys already.
Oh, okay.
I can help you out with
This guy. Yep.
great, and Christy or Taz can also be here to help. I'm sure if you graduated from MAS, they'll have a copy of it, so it's pretty easy to access there.
Yeah.
Okay, any more questions?
I just want to add that if you have access your official transcript, a copy would be okay, so just bring a copy to you.
Would I make an email to you?
Maybe one more, I was gonna wait till later to bring it up, but, is there any, maybe the rules have changed, for apprentices to, adjourn? Like,
The
when I did
ratios?
it, I went through, I was allowed one,
Yeah,
but is there any special permissions, let's say, for one reserve where, you know, it's limited,
yeah.
would be allowed more to one? I don't know. the
That I
rules.
don't know if apprenticeships, I know they changed, it still is 1-to-1.
Oh.
I think that changed, what's that change? A couple years ago. And I don't know though if they have made any exceptions to in community group.
Yeah.
So that might, because I know codes and stuff are different in
Yeah.
community, right? So,
What we'll do is that we'll bring apprenticeship Manitoba here to
Mhm.
do an information session. Okay, so then these are the type of questions you can ask.
Mhm. Mhm.
We'll also be contacting our local electrician here that comes to our community to provide hours to some of you.
any other questions?
Okay, yeah, so if you don't have any questions right now, you'll have the emails of everyone, you have the information sheet there, so you can contact any of those individuals listed on there. Again, I would like to say thank you to Red River College for coming out today. Luckily, there was no fog. Last time we had 14 individuals sitting here wanting to take the electrical program. So I think there's, like, all of you are pretty new here today, so that's good. So we have 25 people interested and only 12 will be selected. So it'll be a very stringent selection process. The sooner you get your application in, your transcripts, the better. And the fact that you are here today is one point for you. Okay, so thank you again, all of you, for coming. I also would like to thank Chief and Council, fully supports this program 100% and has provided some funding towards this program as well. I also would like to thank our staff here at Namaga. They work very hard to set up programs here. Taz and Christy, thank you very much. So basically, Kanamaga, Mick, Red River College, and Chief and Council are here to prepare you to be an electrician someday. And that's what we need in our communities, is more electricians, we need plumbers, we need, business people, business students, so that's what we're here for. If you want some coffee and donuts, there's some there, and I hope you all provided your names for the draw for the iPad. Again, we will be posting out for the educational assistance. So if you know anybody that's interested in that job, please let them know to apply. Just like the instructor said there's a lot of job opportunities out there for electricians. So anywhere you go in Manitoba, there's jobs. Thank you to our IT department for being here today. This is being live streamed on Facebook on our magazine being page as well as YouTube. So if you want to look at it later, it's up to you. Yeah, thank you very much, everybody, for coming down.
Before, was there sign-up sheets that were handed out?
Yeah, it was two actually. They were, I think, I saw two circulated.
Yeah.
Okay, so if anyone wants to stick around for half an hour and fill them out while there's assistance here, that would be great. Because like I said, we don't have any applications in right now.
Okay, yeah, that's a good point actually that Cal mentioned, fill out your application now that.
Yeah.
That
Right here, right now.
Yeah.
Do really. Perfect. And then I think we just wanted to add something.
Yeah, before you guys leave, I just wanted to say, on behalf of Red River College Polytechnic, we're offered to be the guest of Kina Magagami, and that we have the opportunity to collaborate with the community again. We're grateful for the opportunity to share and learn together in this community, and we honor the knowledge, history, and traditions that guide us. Thank you.
Okay, pretty much. Okay, now for the iPad, which was donated by, Namagegamik, the Learning Hub.
We just have a little bowl. The way. That's good. Oh, wait, have one. And the winner is Camden McCabe.
Hampton, you get it.
Congrats.
And we'd like a picture before everyone leaves, that one here.
Congratulations.
Before everyone leaves.
So if we could all stand here, it would be great.
Get a picture out of Camden.
Hold the iPad, yeah.